Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are here with the premier race of the night, some might say. We have CLG Cheese, ranked first in 70 star with that hot 47-34 PB from 10 months ago, versus Puncayshun, though, PBing within the past 24 hours. He did improve his 2-year-old PB by 2 seconds with the 48-18 now. So this should be a pretty good race, and I'm joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, Electric, who just came off the hot commentary of Blue Esports Rock Chalk and Blue Esports Triforce. A little bit of a team kill there for Blue Esports, but hopefully very friendly. How are you doing?
Doing absolutely fantastic. I can't lie. I've been looking forward to this race all day. I mean, nothing really compares to seeing just two Titans duke it out in this game, and I'm just ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to see that red man just jump around.
Yeah, he does jump, and he does have a red hat. We actually, this is not common recently, but we do have a little bit of spare time, and we thought that you might want to hear from our two runners. So we have CLG Cheese and Punkay in the call right now, actually. Cheese, how do you feel going into this?
Hey, Bobs. I think me and Punkay are both nervous because, this is... Punkay has been my rival since day one.
Yeah, like, we've been rivals for a while, so nerves is just, like, natural, pretty much.
Yeah, storied rivalry. I mean, Punkay getting the better end of Cheese in the Triple Bingo tournament, but Cheese beating Punkay in the Grand Finals of 120 star. So this is kind of like the grudge match, you're at 1-1. That's pretty cool. How do you feel, Punkay? I heard, you were a little nervous, but maybe that PB last night does help you quite a bit.
I did get like a 2-second PB last night, but like it's honestly kind of whatever because 48-20 these days is like it's like an alright time. I'm like way better than that time, so I still though I guess like the 2-second PB was a little confidence booster, and I've been practicing for like an hour or so, so I'm definitely warmed up, and hopefully I don't get too nervous and I can like control myself.
Yeah, I think keeping the sauce, from getting too much spillage out of your cup is probably a good plan. What do you think, Electric? How do you feel about this?
I'm feeling good. It's going to be a matchup of the mentalities, a matchup of the strats, just generally who's going to be more consistent, who's just going to get the best luck throughout. I mean, this game, at a certain point, it becomes a little bit less about skill and just a little bit more about how the game decides to treat you that day, whether those invisible walls pop up in front of you. So, I mean, no matter what, though, I know both of these guys are going to put on just a fantastic show for us. So I'm excited no matter what. I'm such a being of pure excite that I can't come up with any good questions for these guys.
All right. Well, any last thoughts from you guys, Cheese, Punkay, or do you think that you're about ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
For me money.
I would say that I'm ready. I don't think there's like anything else that really needs to be said, but good luck to Cheese.
All right. Well,
Punkay?
I think Punkay's using Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't you use that too, Cheese?
He does.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, yeah.
So we have the double,
and you're doing the same route, right?
Yes.
Yep.
The same 17.
Yeah, just remember to do Toxic Maze.
So we got that gentleman's agreement. Both gloves definitely on. No blows below the belt will be seen.
Yeah, so you guys will be able to like compare throughout the entire race. That's like the main reason.
Okay, that's good. Well, good luck, guys. We'll see you on the other side.
See you.
See ya.
And as these guys head out of the call, just want to give a quick shout out once again to our sponsor for this and our other tournaments, Vi.gg. This match, if you didn't bet on it, I mean, what are you doing with yourself? Just if you're of legal betting age in your country of residence, type !bet in the chat and check them out. And Hitty, I believe you had something as well?
Oh yeah. I would like to, play a little clip from our sponsor as well.
It's tough to top an original, So we added to the sides instead. It's the cheesy gordita crunch you know and love, now completely new. The $5 double cheesy gordita crunch box, only at Taco Bell.
So definitely, the $5 cheesy gordita crunch box is very good at Taco Bell. I'm not quite sure if that's actually available right now. I just played what they gave me.
But I mean, one of the best menu items for sure, and the two best players at this game. We got nobody but the #1 player in the world. He done traveled all over the world, but he came back. And then, of course, Puncayshun with the anime meme power on his side. Watch out for his Twitter feed. He may be pulling some of that out in the middle of the race. These guys not agreeing on not using that anime power, so who knows? We got them synced up. Castle camera action going right into it with Lakitu skip, bomb clip. You think either of these guys are just going to be absolutely insane and pull out Island Hop today?
No, I don't see an Island Hop happening. I'm pretty sure that I've seen Cheese and Punkay both do runs. I mean, Punkay's done Island Hop, but he hasn't done it in any of the races yet. And I'm pretty sure they probably would have touched on it, like if one of them was going to do it. Punkay saving just a minor amount of time with his Lakitu skip. It's slightly faster than Cheese's, but Ground Pound will lose all of that time that he just saved and more. That'll hurt.
Now, he always talks about having pretty severe nerves before a race. I wonder if that went ahead and got them all out of his system. If the Ground Pound exerted some influence on his chi and his chakra flow throughout his body, got him to go ahead and realign those energy crystals, so he's got the supreme spiritual aura at the moment.
All right, Electric, going pretty deep on these analogies right here. Perhaps Punkay's anatomy is more like an anime character. I can't really say.
But what we can say is that was a beautiful bomb clip from both of these guys. Cheese saving just a little hair of time there, which, I mean, it's not bad to have an early lead in this type of race, but that lead can be shattered pretty quickly in Womps coming up right after this slide. Chat, I want to see some clocks. I want to see some guesses. Pity, in your professional opinion, we both went to school for this, long and grueling. What do you think these guys are getting on this slide?
12-6 Cheese, 12-7 Punkay.
I'm going to have to be the contrarian here, and I'm going to actually say a 12-8 Cheese, 12-5 Puncayshun. I believe.
I don't believe in the 12-5.
12-6 from Punkay then. 12-6 from Cheese.
Okay.
12-6 from Punkay.
Cover the bases with both of our guesses if you kind of combine them.
Yeah, both of us have exactly half the script. No one man should have all that power of a full script, so. We're now seeing them.
Fortress next. Yeah.
Now, what star order do you think these guys are going to go for? I'm kind of thinking a Cannonless first, but I wouldn't be surprised on an Owless or 100.
Cheese does Owless first, and then Cannonless. I'm not sure what Punkay's going to opt for. Looks like he's doing 100 coin first. And Punkay actually, he does... Okay, so Cheese is doing Cannonless first in the race as opposed to runs, which is interesting. Punkay has been opting for a slower 100 coin route where he gets... he doesn't get the line of 5 coins at the start, which he normally does in runs. And, pretty simple. Punkay, though, missing some coins. He is, pretty much at the minimum here. Can't really miss any now. You do have 2 surplus in this route.
Yeah, if he does miss any, having to go ahead and pick up that box down there, wasting a pretty fair amount of time, but showing why he's at the level that he's at. Just beautiful, flawless execution. While Cheese gets both his Cannonless and Owless. Now, if Punkay does opt for texture setup, he could save a couple seconds here.
Yeah, he could. I think that Punkay seems to be a guy that would not texture setup though in a race. I don't think he's been doing it, but we'll see. Cheese, he's doing the fastest 100 coin though, so this will save a couple seconds over Punkay if he can make the cycle. But Cheese has been struggling with the kick at the top of this platform here, right before you go to the slope. Let's see what he's got. Okay,
Looks like
that'll work.
Good this time around, making that full cycle.
He misses 1 coin, but he still had all the coins before then, so he has 1 spare at this point.
Yeah, not a bad position to be in at all. Probably, if this level of execution stays up, he's going to be able to skip 1 on his last line, but you know, I think Cheese so far winning this Womp's Fortress by a pretty decent margin. As long as his shooting to the Wild Blue goes well and his side flips on top of the Fortress go well, I think we're going to see him leave here with a few second lead.
Yeah, it seems that Cheese definitely has a slight advantage now. But he did initially, but it seems like it maybe is extended a little bit.
Ooh,
Punky missing Canalys. Yeah, he'll have to do Wild Blue now. That must have hurt him a little bit.
Absolutely. Commentator pulling out his soundboard.
That's rough.
Cheese getting his own shooting to the Wild Blue, but no shooting involved. This 70-star run is a gunpowder-free zone. Not a single cannon will be seen. Punky going for that texture setup again.
Yeah, he's doubling down, and that's a go. You know, only a few seconds time loss over Cheese, really. You know, I'd say that. Okay, Cheese, that dive will not help. He meant to do a jump dive, but he must have pressed A little bit too early, or just didn't press it down all the way.
And if you notice that he played it really, really safe, not opting to try for that fence clip at all the second time around. Punky going ahead and capitalizing on that with a clean dive, just barely dusting on top of that fence. And so now pull out your errors.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to get fence clip the second time. The spacing's like different.
Yes. I mean, getting that exact angle from the start of the course all over again when you miss it like Cheese just did is something that, I mean, I wouldn't try for it, honestly. So both of them with nice, clean Big Daddy Wump. Let's see if they can finish this out with a nice triple jump dive on that Fortress to go ahead and move on into the second slide, Wing Cap, and Dark World. All right, we just faintly see that Bullet Bill's face. I hope that all of you got a really good view of that, because that is the only Bullet Bill you're going to see in this entire run. And I mean, I gotta be real. I think the face looks kind of stupid in this game compared to past games. What do you think, Pity?
Wow, I think that's pretty mean. You know, the Bullet Bill is trying his best. I think that, you know, we should be supportive.
I mean, you do bring up a good point. You know, commentator potentially jaded just by watching Mario's soulless acts so much.
A whole lot of hate from the co-com. Cheese doing the weirdest movement I've ever seen into the slide. It looks like he probably missed his long jump and then, you know, tried to do some adjusting. Let's see what kind of time he manages to nail, though. 12.8.
Ah, Punky with a 12.7, though, guaranteed.
No, that's 12.6. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
What was that? What was that?
Well, you were wrong on Cheese, though, so, you know.
I mean, a wrong and a right makes a kind of confusing route for Google Maps, honestly.
Apple Maps.
Oh, true. I have a funny story. Once Apple Maps led me to an airport when I was looking up a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, that's rip. Actually, I got wrecked by Google Maps the other day.
Oof.
But both players working on red coins. She's looking fairly saucy here. Punky also looking pretty good as well.
And just beautiful arcs. Both these guys obviously using ways. Cheese with that clean text box skip. Let's see if Punky can match.
Yeah, Punky's good.
Very nice.
Rollout. You got to make sure that the spacing's right and you have enough speed for the rollout to work off the switch. But it is, you know, a little bit faster than the double jump dive that you more commonly see.
So now let's see how they fare going into Dark World. Let's see if Cheese is able to pull out a nice shig cycle. Punky as well, but you know, one false move here and it could put all of that into jeopardy.
Oh, Cheese is dead.
Cheese taking a death.
Yeah,
Punky enters.
A terrible death. That's really gonna hurt him. Punky now with the lead.
I mean, despite the co-commentator's soundboard abuse, I mean, I'm not even sure what happened. It looked like he took a dive right down there.
Okay, Cheese, he's also not going to get back up shig cycle, and he is dead again.
What is happening in this Dark World to Cheese? Cheese is falling apart. You know, the milk wasn't allowed to curdle appropriately. They're taking the cheese wheel out of storage, and it just crumbles apart in mold. Meanwhile, Punky taking a zap as he goes over to the tower, probably costing him shig. No, he's able to get a decent cycle regardless.
Shig's pretty lenient. The thing is with Cheese is the first time he died, it was because what he does is he tries to long jump instantly, and then he tries to be as close to the ledge as possible without actually dropping down from the ledge. And what happened was he fell down before he could long jump. So what happened was he had to adjust his movement, but you know, he just, instead of jump diving, it looks like he just misses A button input and then dove and died.
What a shame, honestly. What a shame. Punkay gonna be exiting this Dark World with a pretty sizable lead. I mean,
Oh,
Oh.
jeez, that is rip.
it looked almost like he was about to
Couple
attempt a
seconds lost.
BLJ, then remembered that those are banned, and this is not the staircase to do them on anyway.
Nah, you don't BLJ there. He
I think it was just
accidentally wall
the
kicked.
right. So Punkay leaving Dark World before Cheese even gets a chance to grab Bowser's tail. This is the type of opening that Punkay was looking for early on in this race.
That's
Honestly,
like at least 30 seconds or so, I think. Well, we'll count it. Punkay, he gets that 10-16 painting touch.
yeah, we'll see when Cheese manages to hit, but I really hope Punkay is not watching the stream right now because this is what he needs, but not for his nerves. You know, his nerves already just full of electricity, his power level over 9,000. Needs to make sure not to have an overload, crash the power at his house, you know, stream going offline. Let's see how the sky jump goes. Looks good, and nice ground pound from him. She's
All right,
going to
it
be
looks
touching
like
the painting at 42.
It's about 26 seconds or so.
Yeah, so a sizable lead, not something that's at all insurmountable,
It's
but
not, yeah, it's doable, especially for Cheese, who has, you know, a PB that is more than 26 seconds faster than Punkay's, but, you know, Punkay very consistent. Might
So
be
now-
hard.
yeah, Punkay now going into Cool Mountain. You know, let's see what he can do with this wall kicks will work. That Penguin Star going for CCM 17. Let's just watch and see what happens here. Nice backflip,
Yeah, that's a go.
just perfectly executed. You couldn't ask for anything better on wall kicks will work. We've seen every which way you could fail that, and Punkay
Wow.
also seeing it and just saying no.
Yeah, as long as you don't die, that's usually what you hope for when you do the backflip strat. I can't say necessarily it was perfectly executed, you know, grinding the XCam time, but it's what you're looking for. You know, anything under 10 is like a go. Jesus was better if you noticed. What Punkay did is he instantly jumped dove after landing, but Cheese he jumped and then he dove later. And what that means is that you touch the star at a lower point on the star, so you touch the ground sooner.
Ah, I see.
That's a little bit of the logic behind it.
So with Punkay's consistency, it may just be those little optimizations Cheese has under his belt that may make up a lot of this lead substantially.
Yeah, Cheese definitely overall has a little bit of an advantage just on star times in general. Punkay, you know, he has a couple things on Cheese. I believe that, you know, the kick, triple jump, wall kick in Wet Dry World that he does twice is, you know, better than Cheese's side flip. But for example, right there, Punkay, you know, he does like the double jump and then like the dive rollout or whatever into the chimney. But you'll see Cheese, he'll opt for the triple jump dive instead. And that actually saves a little bit of time again, you know, a little bit harder on the execution though.
Right. Now we see both of them going for CCM 17 for your viewing pleasure. I believe they'll also be going for Toxic Maze as their replacement star.
Yep, they're doing Toxic Maze. It's the standard, like old CCM 17 route from like a year ago. Everyone was basically doing that. The other two things that you could have done with it were double pillarless and THI reds. Cheese misses 2 coins. So what he'll have to do is he'll have to get the backup red outside of the shed here, over near the warp, and then go back to the tree. It's not that big of a time loss, but still about 5 seconds that, you know, he really couldn't afford to lose over Punkay.
Yeah, in 5 seconds that you don't want to, especially in a race like this. I mean, any race you don't want to lose anytime you don't have to, but in a race versus Punkay.
Oh, this is actually maybe a little bit smarter. He's going to go for the spin drift here for the 100 coin. Actually, that might be a little bit faster than getting both the reds.
And Punkay with that nice ground pound on the boo. As everyone knows, commentators' insane conspiracy theories include the big boo here being the ghost of Womp. I mean, hey, the evidence is out there. Listen to that grunt for yourself and tell me that is not identical. So Cheese just now exiting Cool Mountain. I mean, this is a pretty great start to this race for puncayshun. He's really, I'm sure, got to be feeling the nervousness, but if he can just hold it together for a little while longer, getting a bonk from that big boo up there. You know, even though he's a ghost now, that Womp decided to finally take revenge on Mario for stepping all over him.
Yeah, you know, Punkay, He he's looked like a robot so far in this race. He's looked really good. Perhaps, you know, his computer crashed a little bit there. Had to restart it. But I think he's good to go now.
You know, I'm not sure what's worse, you know, having a computer crash in the middle of a race like this or still using Windows XP.
Dude, what's wrong with Windows XP?
I mean, nothing if you like having hackers.
Yeah,
Windows
hackers are
XP
bad.
Windows XP has more backdoors than a fake door shop.
But Punkay, he's up, you know, 1 haunted books over cheese. Most of that time is also the re-entry into BBH. Takes forever.
A pretty long one to re-enter since you're not jumping into a painting. You got to do that ground pound and then the, I believe, triple jump to actually get in the cage, right?
What?
To get into that BBH cage, like Benny's Brewhouse, you have to execute a triple jump to actually have the jump. Oh, it's any sort of jump registers?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I don't know
Well,
why.
you-
As a kid, I always thought it was a triple jump.
What most people do is they just do like a double jump kick. Because you just want to make sure that you're over it as soon as you can possibly enter.
Commentator trying to use his childhood logic, but forgetting that his childhood logic says you have to get 70 stars, and if Zaya has anything to say about it, no, you don't. So now Punkay entering SSL. Cheese about to be joining him there. Let's hope Cheese's MIPS grab is clean, but this is where we could say Punkay maybe give up some of that lead, but his plus starting out pretty well.
Ooh, no punch grab from Cheese.
I think he may have learned
looks
his lesson after that
amazing
last
for
race.
Punkay.
Yeah, just beautiful pillarless, not going for
Yeah,
a double, so I
very
mean, that's all
solid.
he needs.
Double kick into the star. Normally, you're trying to do a jump dive, but you know, the kick worked out for Punkay. Could have been bad. Let's see what Cheese has got for pillarless. You know, it'll probably be a pretty standard, maybe a small optimization on this jump here. Yeah, small optimization. Not exactly Tama plus, but you know, better than the standard.
And Mario with that
Very
nice
solid.
boing off of that Shy Guy, not giving him any troubles. If you've watched Cheese's streams recently, it's been giving him some troubles. Let's see if he decides to stop here. But Punkay with the Talon Star, all he's got left is shine atop the pyramid, and he'll be moving on to Lakitu's lounge level.
Lakitu's lounge level.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty comfortable, doesn't it? If as long as you have good heat resistance, you know, put your Goron tunics on, go ahead and get your unpopped popcorn. It'll pop itself. You know, it's nice and comfy.
I mean, you know, in winter times, you do sit close to fire.
Yeah, see?
Nice,
mean,
you know, Pepe, Peepo comfy blanket.
I mean, you also see that little altar at the top of the volcano. I mean, somebody's been down there. So, Punkay starting off with red coins in LLL. Meanwhile,
Pretty
Cheese...
standard start.
Yeah, some people decide to save it for the end. Not entirely sure why. Maybe they just want to get the volcano out of the way early, but a full start ahead of Cheese at the moment.
Well, red coins you actually need to do to get the shell for 100 coin in 120 stars. So most people are just used to just getting reds out of the way early. But in 70 star, you know, I like to do it last because I think it's pretty much the easiest star. Punkay though, hot log rolling, and he's rolling, but not on the hot log.
I mean, justice for logs. There are 2 of them in this game, and they don't see any love from speedrunners. I mean,
We all kick off one.
yeah, but that's not the same as rolling off one. I mean, Alexa, can we play Despacito?
Please don't.
Yeah, don't want to copy strike
We
on
don't
this
want
VOD.
that. Yeah, we don't want to lose that audio on Twitch VOD. Come on.
Alexa, can you play the copyright safe version of Despacito as
Oh,
Punkay
jeez.
goes in for his lava boost here?
Difficulty with defense cook, but a nice adjustment. Almost went to the lava. Yeah, Punkay, very nice long jump lava boost. Safe ending. Just wants that pull grab. We'll probably see Cheese with the you know, the double pull touch jump kick over the ledge, if I had to guess. And we'll see now he's heading his way into the volcano. Could start with elevator tour though. Some people do that. I always think that you should start with lava boost though.
It looks like he will be starting with lava boost. Let's hope
just
this is a
regular long
success.
jump. Yeah, he's
Nice.
good. And now look at his ending. Yep, just the jump kick. I love that ending.
Just beautiful execution. Just
It's slightly slower than a perfect long jump wall kick, but it's very consistent in its speed. You know, on average, for the most part, you'll see what Cheese did is faster.
Yep, and Punkay with that very clean elevator star. All he's
Oh,
got left
Cheese
are the
getting
bullies while
burned.
Cheese takes a burn.
Yeah,
Ouch.
good thing he didn't do elevator tour first because he won't need any health.
Okay, so Punkay going over to the bullies. You know, these bullies, they've been through a lot. They grew up in a rough neighborhood. They learned to just react to everything with violence. But let's see if those group therapy classes, all of that, you know, intense one-on-one training has helped them. Looks like
Yeah,
the
the
big bullies
system
chilled out a
failed
bit.
them, man.
No
The
doubt
system
about
failed.
that. Let's see if these triple bullies have learned their lesson. Let's see if they're ready to be constructive members of society, or if they need that even more severe reform. You know, maybe even needing a lobotomy.
Maybe not that far. I don't think that people do lobotomies anymore.
I mean, maybe not you people. Commentator apparently living in a third world country. Co-commentator not choosing to comment at all on it. But oh, was that that wasn't okay? No bully glitch for Punkay. That's really lucky.
But yeah, Cheese looking good here. He only has one more star left in Hazy Maze Cave. Punkay's done. I would be willing to say he probably saved a small chunk of time here in Lethal Lava Land.
Yeah, especially if he's able to get this bully kill right on. Yep. You know, she's a much better counselor than Puncayshun of these bullies. Puncayshun just looking at anime on his phone all day instead of actually giving these guys guidance. And it bites him back, as we see with those bullies. So let's see how Punkay's triple box jump ends up going now that he's moved into HMC. And something he didn't like about that approach, maybe, kind of a strange approach to rolling rocks. I don't think that was his original intention.
No, I wasn't quite watching, but I'm pretty sure he was going for box triple first, and then something happened.
Yeah, just that was very strange movement from Punkay's side. You know,
The
maybe...
standard start is box triple. Oh, Toxic Maze. Oh, that's probably what happened.
Oh,
Punkay
yes.
Punkay must have been going for Toxic Maze at the start.
Yeah, failed the long jump there.
Oh, yep. He's setting up his camera for the clip right now. So basically what you do is you do Mario Cam C down, and then you just spam C right. And that makes it so that when you wall kick up to that ledge, all you have to do is hold straight forward and long jump at the edge, and you'll clip.
And, I mean, the easier you can make any of these clips, the better. And both of these guys now with a Toxic Maze star under their belt. So that's one you really don't see every day. I mean, most people, if they do CCM 17, you see SL Reds, but, you know, definitely...
No, they're going to be doing SL Reds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they don't do HMC late.
Oh, so they don't...
The whole advantage of HMC late is you do second MIPS and no SL Reds. But the thing is, they don't have 30 stars after Lethal Lava Land, so they do HMC early.
Right. I was forgetting about the MIPS deficit. I thought that they'd only need to collect one extra star, but you're right, yeah. You do sometimes see Cheese go for THI Reds, but not sure if he'll end up doing that.
He won't. He won't. It's with CCM 17 and no HMC late, you basically have three options for the most part. And that's Tiny Huge Island Reds, Toxic Maze, or Double Pillarless. I mean, you could do THI Reds and then skip TikTok Clock 100 coin, but he won't do that.
Right. I was saying maybe doing THI Reds instead of SL Reds, but I think he's more likely going to go for SL Reds.
SL Reds are faster than Tiny
really?
Huge Island Reds. Well, in XCAM time, no. Tiny Huge Island Reds are faster, but you know, just like you have to execute it almost perfectly, and also the added castle movement going into the big Tiny Huge Island painting does, you know, put a little nerf on the amount of time it saves. So like you can get a 27-second time as opposed to a 30-second time with Tiny Huge Island Reds, but you automatically lose a couple seconds just by going into the big painting.
Commentator just getting that knowledge dropped on top of him, you know, going into this race, didn't realize that THI Reds were slower, didn't realize that his place in the universe wasn't certain. I mean, Commentator may be going through an existential crisis at the moment.
There's always room to learn. I mean, I'm learning all the time. Take a little bit of personal notes. Hopefully, chat as well. Learn a little bit of Mario lore.
Yep, and now meanwhile, Puncayshun going ahead and grabbing that Toad Star while Cheese, failing that wall kick to get up to the Rolling Rock Star.
Yeah, but definite time save in Hazy Maze Cave from Cheese.
Oh yeah,
he's probably only 20 seconds back now instead of, you know, the 25-30 that he was before.
And so now they're going to be going into Fire Sea, but first they got to make a quick stop to cool down a little bit. And I mean, this Fire Sea could determine whether Cheese is able to exit the basement with a lead if Punkay's not able to make that early LE cycle.
Yep. We'll see, what the deficit here is. I believe Punkay closed the text box at 31. And I believe, Cheese is going to be, I don't know, maybe like 23 seconds back from that.
Probably a 52.
20,
but now we see
22 seconds.
We see puncayshun swimming through DDD at the moment. Beautiful breaststroke from Mario. Absolute clean movement. Little Shark not able to do anything about his progress through these chests. Cheese joining him. This is just like when Mankind threw the Undertaker off Hell in a Cell right onto the announcer's table. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Yeah, very explosive stage, Dire Docks. I just can't get enough of it, man. It's constant action, and I can't breathe. I can't breathe. We're underwater.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, where else do you see treasure chest openings, a front sub or a rear sub if these guys decide to go for it, and of course that Manta Ray following? Where else do you see a Manta Ray?
I don't know. In the ocean, I guess.
Could be true. I don't know. I never go out to the ocean. I'm just stuck watching DDD all day, every day.
Setting up front sub here. Let's see if he can nail the little bit of time save. It's very minor. It's only a couple seconds max. All right.
Oh, but he's eating
quite,
that line today.
Not the best
Nearly
angle.
getting on, but just slightly off of that curve, losing a substantial amount of his lead to Cheese.
This is a good plan. It was way smarter to go to back sub than it was to redo front sub because he slid off the top. And him turning around to get back in position would have cost him a lot more time than just going to the back of the sub, I think. But Cheese, definite time save there, probably about 6 seconds or so if I had to guess. Don't really quote me on it.
I mean, Punkay no longer a star ahead. We see Cheese exiting as Punkay just barely getting ready to re-enter for that Manta Ray. And I mean, if Mario could just get a little bit closer, we'd see him spin that Manta Ray around by the tail, slamming him into the non-existent bombs. But in this case, he's just got to settle for going through those rings, grabbing that star, and getting the heck out of Dodge.
Electric maybe taking the WWE commentary a little bit too far, but
I mean, what are you talking about? We're just going into Fire Sea. I'm calm.
Okay, we're good. We're good. But Fire Sea, early Ellie's, Lava Boost, both very hard to do. Let's see if, both players can nail it. Usually you won't see both get it, but, both players very strong at the game. We'll see what they got.
Punkay with just a really strong start here. Cheese matching, though.
Yeah, Cheese is looking pretty good. Punkay, I think he's definitely solidified Lava Boost at this point. Cheese. Oh, no, he gets bullied though. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Cheese, he has got his Lava Boost though. So Cheese now has a slight advantage over Punkay. Actually, this is the first time he's had the lead again in a while. And what the good thing about Cheese is he also has access to good ending where Punkay does not. So he saves even more time here. But Punkay, nice adjustment. A burn, not quite what you want to see, but he's able to, skip the double burn here.
Yep. So
at the end.
I mean, nothing to do with that bad ending. No burns on that end. They're just taking the one that you really can't avoid at that point. When you end up hitting these platforms in standard early LEs, it's pretty much impossible to actually get past without burning yourself. So Cheese reclaiming the lead, able to go ahead and start his Bowser fight just slightly before puncayshun.
Yeah, hopefully he can nail the throw. We've seen missed Fire Sea Bowser throws really tank people's times. Oh, that's a miss from Cheese. Just as I say it, I can't actually believe that he missed that.
I mean, Commentators curse in full effect. Whoever cast that voodoo magic on us, please stop. We're trying to be a professional organization here. Just like Punkay with these professional Bowser throws.
Cheese is behind by about the same amount of time that he was before, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, things going back into Punkay's favor here. Would like to take another moment to shout out Vi.GG. Could bet on this race. It's pretty back and forth. No one knows how it's going to end. Or maybe we do, and you should bet on it.
I mean, yeah, the script's in the back room, but I promise you we don't have any extra copies floating out in the wild. Aside from that one guy that executed a phishing scam on me that I think may have the script now, not exactly sure. If you see someone in chat selling copies of the script, just don't buy them. They're probably a scam. But I mean, yeah, you could bet on this race. You could bet on the upcoming SMO race between the Dangers and Equanimity. And you can bet on any of our races going forward, including the grand finals in about a week.
So Punkay is going to be going for the kick, triple jump wall kick here. You'll see normally a side flip, but you know, this is a little bit of time save doing it twice. Punkay though missing the wall kick, which is you know, this one is most of the times oh geez, actually he's doing the kick as well. No side flip. And
Basically even.
Yeah, he basically saved all the time. You know, doing the triple jump wall kick there only saves about 4 seconds, but because Punkay went for it and missed, he lost 6 seconds, which is exactly how much they were. He was ahead of Cheese now. Pretty crazy. Cheese long jump back into the painting straight. Punkay with the upright angle. Cheese a little bit faster on the re-entry.
Yep, I mean it's neck and neck at this point. We really have a race at the moment.
Oh, Punkay's a double miss, and Cheese, you know, he's gonna take that. He's gonna take that triple jump wall kick, and he's gonna take it straight to the bank. But you know, Punkay, I'm pretty sure he rocks the kick on the boxes for Wet Dry World 100 coin, where Cheese, you know, he's kind of a puncher. He's kind of a boxer. You know, Punkay going into the mixed martial arts thing, a little bit more modern. Yeah, Cheese is setting up his camera for the punches.
And so we've now got Cheese nice W100, and Punkay meanwhile opting to go ahead and go for the shocking arrow list first.
Yep, interesting star order from Punkay. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't end with shocking arrow lifts, but I guess he just wants to get the feel for the stage before he closes it out. Cheese rotating the other way from the amp, doesn't want to get shocked. I like that. Punkay, nice double box kick. Cheese, he doesn't have that spare coin that you usually like to have here. So, you know, if one of these coins or one of the Chokia coins gets away from him, he might need a box. That's good. Good RNG on box.
Yeah, so it looks like Cheese will be taking away just a little bit more time here. I mean, this is what Cheese has needed this whole time. And I mean, I wonder how Punkay's nerves are at this, because...
Yeah, it stinks to play really well, and then, you know, upstairs starts to, you know, kind of wreck you. But upstairs is, you know, where the magic happens. You gotta always be ready to bring out your best game there. This is where everything becomes hard. I'd say that there's a lot of freebie stars in 70 star, I would say, and there aren't really many of them in upstairs. Punkay losing the spare coin, but it's no problem, doesn't have to chase it. Chuckya might give him some issues, though. Looks good,
Still
though.
going for the risky Chuckya, and RNG...
Oh.
Ugh.
Not bad. But Cheese, you know, small advantage here over Punkay. It looks to be about 10 seconds or so, maybe a little bit more than that. And now that Cheese doesn't have to do Tiny Huge Island Reds, I'm sure he's, you know, breathing a small sigh of relief here. The only hard star is the secrets now. Pretty standard stage, I'd say, in 70 star. Everything's around 20 seconds. Everything's, you know, pretty simple. Cheese looking good. Will he do lag reduce? He is lag reducing. Very nice. Good clip. Let's see if Punkay can, you know, follow Cheese here. No lag reduction, so Cheese saving a little bit of time there, but not much. Okay, yeah, very nice.
Absolutely. Now, both of them in THI. Ooh, Punkay with that nice squash ending there. And, I mean, THI, a little bit of a calm before the storm. You know, beyond the secrets and a little bit on the top of the mountain star, you don't see a whole lot of difficulty, but when you get to TTM, that's where things really, really ramp up.
Well, you know, both going for the clip. Cheese not able to clip, though. Won't be saving that juicy amount of time that the mountain clip saves. It's only, you know, about a third of a second. Punkay looks like he is nailing it, but he's swimming. You know, both players really struggling here. I'd say that Punkay's, though, a little bit faster than Cheese's. Perhaps. Hard to say, but I think he did net himself a small time save.
All right, so Cheese and Punkay about to be going in for that exterminator job right after we've got the one, the only Tsukishima's torture machine.
What? What is
you
that?
heard me? You know, it looks like a very tall mountain, but ultimately, I mean, it's. Have you ever seen a mountain that looks like that in real life? You ever seen just that stone bridge?
Oh, you're
poking out in the
talking
middle
about
of nowhere?
Tall Tall Mountain. I don't know, man. Tall Tall Mountain is the third easiest stage in the game, so I wouldn't say that's a torture tower.
I mean, you know, commentator out here with the what I think are very controversial opinions. So all those runners sitting out there, while Cheese having a little bit of trouble remembering how doors work, press 1 if you think that Tsukishima's torture machine is actually one of the more difficult levels in this game.
Nah. Type 3 for third easiest. I'm pretty sure the chat's got me on this one. Electric, you know, going a little bit too ham with the renaming of Tall Tall Mountain.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about renaming. That's always been the name for me. Let's see how Cheese goes on this breezeless. Oh, just barely unable to clip through that
A little bit of fall damage. Punkay, he could catch up a lot of time here to Cheese, but yeah, that is not a good breezeless attempt. So both players struggling. Cheese, you know, losing a little bit more time than Punkay, it seems, but Cheese had a better ending. He had the quick turn where Punkay failed his. We're seeing blows traded.
Yep, but I mean, super close. Jeez. I mean,
okay. Cheese, Tall Tall Mountain Reds, he's very strong here. Speed kick movement, he's going ham. He has a very good time on the star. It's really up to Punkay to, you know, kind of play to Cheese's level here. But Punkay, you know, he's no slouch. But that was super good. Cheese nailing definitely what looked to be a 23-second time. And, well, until he did that.
Meanwhile, Punkay having a little bit of an issue with the triple jump to get up that slope, having to do kicks instead, losing a couple of seconds, but shouldn't be too big a deal, especially if Cheese makes a few more execution mistakes in this mount.
Yeah, let's see what Cheese has got. I mean, he doesn't have Tall Tall Mountain Reds as a backup star, which I personally like to leave, but he, you know, he's probably very confident in his log wall kick. Okay, very nice from Cheese. Okay, that'll work. It's always kind of scary when you have to do the backup wall kick there.
Absolutely. I mean, big Monka-esque moment, but Cheese has his nerves on lock at the moment, which, I mean, I'm kind of surprised with how close these guys are. I mean, you see Cheese ending that painting animation while Puncayshun's entering it, then both whiting at the same time. So,
all right, Punkay's red. Oh, box first.
Yeah, I believe Punkay's already done both of his mountain clips, so
he has. Yep.
Not having to deal with that anymore.
A little bit more traditional in his Tall Tall Mountain order. I guess, you know, started with breezeless. You can pretty much do that at the beginning or the end. But mountain clips first. I like that play for Punkay, because then you can do the box and Tall Tall Mountain Reds as backup. Let's see what Punkay's got here. This is definitely the hardest start in the stage. He's going a little bit safer on the movement. You know, no speed kicking going on here. A little bit of difficulty on the mushrooms, but the maze is where it's at, really. Can you get the side flip wall kick? This looks like you have to drift a lot. Okay, that'll work, but I don't think he'll touch the star.
Oh, yeah, pretty far left, honestly.
I think, you know, that was almost about par with what Cheese did. Cheese's star grab was, you know, not very solid. So, Snowman's head. This is a star. Cheese,
but
though,
Cheese going for deep freeze instead.
Yeah, interesting movement. I think what he did is he hit the camera buttons too early. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly what he was thinking there.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that, but I mean, it's definitely not to your advantage. Ooh, but at least he was able to get the first part of that strat. Falling down to the igloo is super rough, but I mean, yeah, like the strat that Cheese did there, you really want to save that star as a backup in case something goes wrong with the head, though. But able to execute just flawlessly.
Yeah.
No issues with him and that star.
Yep. Actually, I'm a fan of Cheese's movement for that star. It's a little bit easier and more consistent. Punkay, double speed kick movement, though, for Whirl from the Freezing Pond and a beautiful blind box. Ground pound. Let's see if Cheese can follow suit. He's also doing the double speed kick movement. Looks good. Okay, he's going for the shell first. You know, I guess that's fine, you know, going for the longer star first.
I mean, it's just down to personal preference. Unless you end up thinking that your angle going off of that final jump is more to the left, in which case you do want to go for that box star.
Yeah,
I think he was planning for this.
Oh, Punkay, it looks like he's having some difficulty here. I wasn't quite watching, but, you know, got a little bit stuck on that slope.
He's having to do a few kicks to be able to recover.
Minor time save if he can nail Whirl from the Freezing Pond.
I mean, look at the gamma on Puncayshun's screen. Some of these areas just completely blinding. Like that right there. Ouch.
All right, Cheese, what have you got? Show me the magic. Show me the box ground pound. What can you do? That's a go.
Oh, man, that was beautiful. God, that textbook right there. Textbook. That's all I can say.
All right, Punkay, you know, he got to do deep freeze intentionally, so I'd say he probably saved a minor amount of time. Cheese had to adjust.
And looks like the results are in. Looks like the results are in from our vote on TTM being the third hardest stage. C, mostly 2s.
Third easiest stage.
Well, I mean, I don't remember 2 being an option, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they're thinking that it's easy, but not the third easiest. So I don't know. Chat vote bit inconclusive. You know, may need to make a straw poll.
People of SM64 culture will know the joke that I was talking about when I said third easiest.
You know, of course, Electric, not the greatest cultured man, is obviously evidenced by.
You're newer on the scene, you know. You're an intern. Gotta get coffee sometimes. Cheese, he's doing, you know, the Lakitu bounce that pretty much only him and Simply rock here. It saves a few tenths over the standard, but Punkay, he's going to be trying to go for a glitchy wall kick here, which saves more time. Cheese, struggling to grab the pole. Okay, Punkay can save time here, but it's really high risk. Oh, wait, he's actually opting to do regular Lakitu bounce. This is interesting. Has he been practicing this lately? Can he nail it? Oh, yeah, he's good to go. Punkay,
and nails it. Very nice.
He's so consistent at the regular one. I almost never see him fail it. I think I like the fact that he did that too, especially since the race is so close. I don't know if it'll really come down to that 1 second, and it's definitely better than taking like a 10-second time loss or even more.
Exactly right there. Now we see Cheese going for the left side tricky triangles now.
Yep, pretty standard for players on their level. What we'll probably see from Punkay though is swinging in the breeze as well with the faster movement, which we won't see from Cheese. So Punkay can still nab himself, you know, a faster rainbow ride overall, even though his Lakitu bounce was, you know, slower in theory. Cheese's pull grab was actually slow though. So Punkay, you know, so far time save.
Yep, and I mean, beautiful reds in the maze here. I think the only thing, and I'm not sure if this is actually intentional, but his side flip where Cheese is about to be now. Okay, Cheese doing the same thing with that angled side flip. Not sure if you're actually able to do it dead on to where you don't have to do that extra movement to get realigned with the coin. Do you know if that's possible? Ooh, but with the ledge grab.
Well, the fastest movement there for the second red coin is you side flip, wall kick, and instantly dive as soon as you can. But it's harder to do than what they did.
And I mean, it probably just saves a little bit.
Okay, miss side flip.
Yeah,
it doesn't save much. Stage re-entry. Yeah, pretty uncharacteristic like. And Punkay, he actually can nail some time save here if he goes for the fast swinging in the breeze. You know, Punkay can get like a mid 12, where Cheese, the best he can get is like a mid 13. Oh yeah, he's going for the faster movement. Let's see what he's got. Bust it out, man. Oh no. Yeah, he's not going to be saving time here. Oh, he's going to go for the flame shooter triple jump. I kind of like that play, actually, from Punkay.
Yep, so both of them are going to be entering TTC pretty soon, or pretty similarly, rather. Cheese with a 43.03 touching on that clock. Going to be starting with TTC 100 coin. Now, Tsukishima has a torture machine, and now we see them entering the torture chamber.
That might be a better one, yeah. Cheese, no ledge grab skip here. I wonder if he actually intentionally skipped that. Misses his side flip. He's all the way down on the boxes now. You know, Punkay doing the toad before TikTok clock, so it looks like he's further behind than he is, but what happened was he also missed the time frozen TikTok clock, so he had to wait a little bit longer to get in time moving, which is kind of rough, actually. So I actually find it a lot easier to make time frozen in the... Oh, geez, falling down, though! This is bad. This is kind of the reverse of what we saw happen in the 120 star. Cheese really struggling on 100 coin, where Punkay not. Cheese, you want Mario Cam C down there. Yeah, he finally realizes, fixes it, but Punkay, he actually might be in the lead now. Cheese cannot side flip here. Not the best angle. He's going to fall down all the way down here. Yeah, Punkay certainly in the lead.
Yeah.
Cheese, things escalating out of control.
Yeah, Punkay only entered, I believe, 29
Oh,
seconds or
Cheese,
so
what's
behind.
going
Cheese
on?
just cannot get up to the top of this clock. He's got 60 coins. All he needs to do is get 4 more coin boxes. One of them is in a cage.
Okay, he's finally up there, but Punkay certainly has the lead now. There's no doubt.
Yep, I mean 65 stars to Cheese's 62. I mean this is in Punkay's favor at the moment. He just needs to just clench it out. He needs to fully commit and fully
missed
execute.
box kick from Cheese. Accidentally dives instead.
Okay.
Oh,
so
and that dive's gonna kill him. He's dead.
Oh,
Cheese is dead. That's it. The long fall to the bottom of TikTok clock. Cheese. It's a really rough death. And then
oh my god!
there goes the race, man.
At 90 coins. Now, I mean, it's not over till it's over. Punkay does still have to just start his 100
Oh,
coin,
he
which he's
enters
doing
time
right now.
moving. Decides to kill himself instead. Doesn't want to mess around with moving reds. This is rough. I think, Punkay definitely solidly in the driver's seat. There's not much Cheese can do at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that zap, at this point in the race with how close it was earlier, that zap could have been a game changer, but at this point, with just how much spaghetti Cheese is thrown around in this clock, I mean, it's certainly Punkay's game at the moment. Punkay throwing Cheese out of the car, Cheese just holding on by a couple of fingers to the little molding on the back of the driver's side door. I mean, Punkay is the one determining this race at this moment. Let's see how he executes to the end here. He's got 3 of these coin boxes to go.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be fine.
Well, I mean, remember which one that Cheese died on. Here we go.
I mean,
and he's good.
He's
okay.
good.
I mean, you don't
I've been
expect to see a
noticing-
mistake like Cheese's, but when it happens, you can't discount it from happening to someone else.
I've been noticing Cheese. It seems like he's either pressing B too soon on a lot of his jump dives, or he's just not pressing down A enough.
And he missed that coin, having to go back to the.
Yeah,
where
he
did
has to go to the
coin
safety box now. This is rough.
Man, this is insane. This is insane. I cannot believe we're watching this.
But is it insane though?
I'm not sure. It could be.
I don't know. We can ask the chat. What does the survey say? Let me see a speedrun fire if it's insane.
I mean, I pretty well know what the chat's just about to be flooded with, man. Okay, so Punkay going for these not-so-timed jumps on immobile bars. It's all he's got left is red coins and bits. And, I mean, red coins is just kind of a given at this point. She's finally finishing his 100 coin, but, I mean, he's got a substantial amount of ground to make up. Punkay just in such a safe position at the moment. He's basically
Punkay's
what
up 3 stars and a toad.
What Punkay would pretty much have to do is take double deaths trying to enter the Bowser pipe at the very end of bits. I could see it happening once, but not twice. There's no way.
He could miss like 10 throws, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean,
I doubt it.
Maybe if his stick breaks and, he starts regretting selling all those controllers because he can't find a spare, who knows?
Yeah, he usually hits all 3. Punkay's fairly consistent on Bowser. I would, I'd be willing to bet that Punkay clutches this pretty handily. He does struggle a little bit with bits, no reds. Most 120-star runners do. The triple jump wall kick can be a little bit, tough to nail. I'd say that if there's anything that he screws up here in Sky, it would be that. He falls down instead. But he might know he has some kind of lead, might go for the pole. We'll see.
Good triple jump dive there, so he's got it confident. He's got to be feeling himself right now. I mean, if I knew what were going on right now and I were puncayshun, I'd be feeling myself too.
Looks like he's setting up left side right now, moving left probably from Punkay. Yep, that's the play. Oh
but
yeah,
missing
that's
it, able to get back
he
on the
might
platform.
Go for the pole. No, he's just gonna do backup. Okay, yeah, he's gonna fall down. He will survive though.
Yeah, landing on the tilting
A
platform.
little bit of time save that could have. That could have solidified the win for Cheese if he had just been able to hold TikTok Clock 100 coin together. Punkay, second time up, he might go for the pole. We've seen that from people. Looks like he's doubling down on left side, though. Let's see what he's got. Okay, non-moving, though. With the punch setup, Punkay playing it fairly safe.
And gets it. The only thing standing in his way is that Goomba RNG. And, I'm just
He's
really
not even
hoping...
near it.
Yeah, Goomba just wants to let him have it at this point. He knows how much this means to Punkay and says, you know what, you've worked for this. This is for you.
Yeah, Punkay, he did a lot of practice, a lot of runs, definitely. You know, a lot of tweets about being nervous. Hard work paying off right now for him.
And I mean, you know, we gotta wonder, did he have his phone out during this run? Was he flipping through all those anime pics on his Twitter feed, just wanting them to give him good
the
luck?
anime power. I don't know. Perhaps.
He must have been. This has been a wild consistent run from Punkay. I mean, the only big mistakes I can really think of, failing that clip into Toxic Maze once. I think there were maybe one or two things besides, but I mean, it's been very few and far between for Punkay.
All right, 49-49 from Punkay. Pretty solid time. You know, considering some of the things that happened in his run, probably not the time he wanted, but
And Punkay, whenever he types "done" in Discord, I'm going to read to you verbatim what he said afterward. No idea if I won or lost. I think I lost. Punkay not even realizing what happened to Cheese in that clock. Just wild. Let's see if we can get him in for a post interview. This is insane.
Cheese moving right side. Let's see what he's got. He did practice it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Could have made the difference if, you know, TikTok Clock 100 coin went a little bit better. Hey, Punkay, congrats on your win. Good job. He's moving right side.
I was just
Let's see
like
what he's got.
fighting with
Practice it. Yeah,
myself
that's good.
during that race
Could have
because
made the difference
I finished
if, you
Fire
know,
C
TikTok Clock 100 coin went.
and I was like, oh my god, I'm like a minute behind my PB. I'm not happy with this gameplay. Some ridiculous things have happened. I need to play better because I'm pretty sure I'm losing at this point. And then I entered Wet Dry World, and I screwed up triple jump ball
Both of
kick
them.
both times. So at this point, I'm like officially triggered. I'm like triggered beyond belief because I get those triple jump wall kicks every time in practice, and just like some of the things that happened in that race is ridiculous. Like on Fire Sea, I got bopped by the bully, I think. In DDD, I did front sub, and I somehow like slid off the side. I have no idea how. Like I'm surprised I won because if I like looked at the VOD and saw how many stars I actually did without losing like a second or two, there probably wouldn't be many stars because I was just like screwing up every other star it seemed, and I was getting like tilted, and I was just kept on telling myself that I gotta like keep myself together or else I'm just gonna fall apart and lose.
I don't know if you realize this, but going out of Fire Sea, you were ahead by a few seconds, actually. Cheese missed his first Bowser throw there. So
Yeah, he
going
actually
up and
passed you.
upstairs.
Because he got lava boost where you didn't, because you got bullied. And then, like, he misses a throw, and you were up by 6 seconds in Wet Dry World.
I'm amazed to hear that because I was like a minute behind PB roughly.
Cheese died twice in Dark World, though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Cheese died twice in Dark World. Died at the end of TikTok Clock 100 coin after failing to get on top of the box for like a solid minute 20 or something. I think it was like almost 3 minutes lost in TikTok Clock for Cheese. Welcome, Cheese. How you doing? Cheese, are you there? Cheddar?
Bub, are you still with us?
He's in here. Hey,
Okay,
welcome.
Plug my mic. Hi.
How you doing?
When I made the first mistake in TC 100, I just couldn't get back. I couldn't come back from it. I lost the entirety of what was making up my entire mindset, and no matter what I tried, I couldn't keep my head straight. So I couldn't physically play the game at that point anymore, and I shut down. Like
that happens.
There's no way I could have come back from that.
You had like the focus break, is what it was.
I instantly started like heating up. I started like freaking out and getting nervous, and then it was a complete shutdown. I just couldn't play. So the only way of getting out of that was either dying or somehow finishing the star by losing a lot of time.
I mean, that was Were you watching the VOD at all? And like, did you see you getting ahead of Punkay a bit in Fire Sea and then throughout the upstairs?
Sometimes, yeah, a little bit.
And do you think that added to your nerves at all, knowing how close the race was basically the whole time?
Not really. I kept the same amount of nerves for the whole race. It wasn't that bad. It's just that when I entered TGC 100 and I fell down the first time, I just couldn't keep it anymore. I completely shut down to a point where I couldn't even like play anymore. And yeah, that lost me the race.
I'm assuming Cheese is winning going into TikTok. How close
Yeah.
is it?
Oh yeah, he was ahead by a good margin over you.
It was like 29 seconds, I believe.
No, it wasn't that much.
Well,
It
he
no,
entered the clock
Punkay
at
did-
43:03. Oh, you're right.
Punkay
Yeah.
did Toad first though.
So
it was
probably
like
about
it was like
10
10 seconds.
Do you know what I told myself earlier in this race? I was like, all right, I'm doing upstairs. I'm losing, but guess what? Guess what's coming up? Tippy. And like if you've seen races between Cheese and I, like I've won so many of them because of Tippy. So I was just like trying to remain confident, I guess, and hope that he chokes.
It's
It
kind
was
of
pretty much the reverse.
Like,
Yeah, it was the reverse of the 120. It came down to TikTok clock 100.
It's just break-in mentality, I guess.
Yeah, like I was just trying to maintain like a decent mentality, but when I just kept on screwing up these things I get like all the time, it was hard.
Mhm.
Especially me failing breezes. I was like, come on, man. I literally practiced that earlier, got like every time. Just like so annoying.
I mean, Breezes it's extremely hard, dude. Like you can't get that consistently, really. Like you're always gonna mess up Breezes at some point. I messed it
Yeah.
up too.
Now, I mean, with all of that in mind, are there any parts of that run that either of you are particularly proud of? Because I mean, that was besides like the small errors here and there, that was really great execution for both of you.
I was proud of that run. That run was amazing. I mean, the same thing happened in Dark World. Well, first of all, I dived off of Dark World. I don't want to say it again, but I guess I'm gonna say it again. I have a huge problem with pressing the A button.
I noticed
And
that the whole race.
It seems as though it's worse with menu controller because the buttons are very new, and the buttons on a new Hori are extremely, I don't know what the word is, tough. So
Yeah.
like when you press the button, the stronger part of my thumb is on the B button mostly. So I press B without actually pressing A, and I don't realize. So I just dived off, and I'm like, and I lost my mentality when I died because I was so utterly confused because I pressed the A button, or at least I thought I did. So when I died, I just got confused and scared, and then I died again. So I'm like, all right, I need a fucking. Oops, sorry. My apologies. I need to calm
Jeez,
down, or else I'm
what
gonna
are you
die
doing?
again. I told myself I need to calm down, or else I'm gonna die a third time, and I need to relax. So yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
let me ask you something. How like late were the deaths in Dark World? Were they early?
They
or
were
late?
early.
They were both early. One was by the
That's-
flame shooter, and one was before the flame shooter.
It was really stupid because I just lost focus and I was scared.
Yeah, I noticed the A button issues with you. I thought maybe perhaps the TikTok clock 100 death might have been related to a bad A button press.
There was one part in one of the times I fell down in TC100 where I tried pressing A and I couldn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, yeah.
It's also
well,
like a
point I was
mental
shutting
thing.
down.
Yeah. But it was a fun race to watch. You know, Punkay getting the better of you this time, but won't be the last time you two see each other in tournament. So hopefully, you know, we can see that rivalry come back. Perhaps Cheese brings it to be 2-2 in the record, but Punkay up one set now, I would say. And coming up next, we have Dangerous versus Ikwan in the losers round 3, any percent for Super Mario Odyssey, which is a pretty great match. Coming up, we have Limcube and Cheese James, not Cheese, but his cousin, Cheese James, on commentary. So stick around for that, everybody. We'll be back after a short break. Quick shout out to vi.gg again. Click the bio link and also exclamation bet in chat. Yeah, Thanks for helping fund the prize pools a little bit and stuff. Shout outs to Taco Bell. I do love the cheesy gordita crunch. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, Electric.
Good night.
Absolutely. Same here. And I mean, GG to both of y'all. Good night, Punkay. Sleep tight. I mean, that sort of run, I would definitely be able to sleep well after. And I mean,
Pretty sure
yeah,
Punkay just woke up. But...
I've been up for a few hours, but I want Pity to like play the Taco Bell clip.
Oh. I mean, who am I to turn down a fan's request, right?
It's tough to top an original, so we added to the sides instead. It's the cheesy gordita crunch you know and love, now completely new. The $5 double cheesy gordita crunch box, only at Taco Bell.
All right, see you guys after the break.
So yeah.
Peace out.